Yo, it's your boy Ricky. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, residing in Atlanta. Industry's most wanted. It's all love. Let's get it.
Let me double down on that. Let me build a town on that. Can I kiss a mile on that? How you make it sound like that? She not nothing to play with. She not needy, this made nothing. She not nothing to play with. She not needy, this made nothing.
What's going on? It is your girl, Tampa Mystic, and we are live. Where we at?
Industries most.
Keep telling y'all, it's the big one, not the little one. Look who I got checking in with me today. My family. Ricky, what's going on?
Man, I am blessed. First off, let's say amen for us waking up today.
Amen. Listen, that's the first thing I do. As soon as I open my eyes, I thank God for another day.
Come on now.
Every day.
Every day.
I don't skip a beat with that.
That's right. Because our heart don't skip a beat to keep us alive.
No, that is a fact, man. It's so good to see you again. You brought the family with you today. Your beautiful baby girl, your wife. Like, I'm loving it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Life is good, ain't it?
Man, life is great, man. I feel good because it's bigger than me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Everything's bigger than me, you know? And I'm at that point, like, if I can't bring my family around, right, then I don't need to be there.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And that's how it should be.
Yeah.
That's how it should be. 100%. Because I feel like when you are in environments where you can bring your family, it's typically going to be a bit safer environment. Let's be honest.
Yeah, because it's also how I like to put out the energy on what I want to get back in life, right? I don't want to put myself in a position where it's like, yo, like, things are weird, you know what I'm saying? You inviting certain things, because sometimes things happen because you already invited that situation, right? You already invited that situation. So if I can't bring like my daughter in this situation, now granted, I do understand there's gonna be like adult situations where I can't have stuff like have my kid, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Have my daughter and stuff around, but there's times where I want to do that type of stuff because it feels right. You know what I'm saying? It's pure and it's me. It's who I am. Like, you know, it's about my daughter. It's about life. It's about being the best version of myself. It's about doing something that's bigger than what I could have ever done for myself.
And like you said, too, you know, with her being just about 9 months, those are those true bonding days. You know, even though she may not remember the things that you're doing, that bond is going to be built.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Is she a daddy's girl?
She already is a daddy's girl. You know, she can't stop gripping my finger.
I know that she got you wrapped.
Literally wrapped around the thumb. She can't stop gripping my finger, and she what she be doing? Like she actually starting at that point where I don't know what she's saying. Well, she's starting to say dad now, right? Aww. You know that melted my heart.
Listen, and she's so beautiful. She's such a combination of both of you. Like, you guys couldn't have molded her any better. Like, she's truly like, if I look at her, I'm like, okay, I see you. But if I look at her, okay, I see. You know what I'm saying? She's a combination. She's beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely.
God is the greatest.
You ready for another one?
No.
Yes, too soon, right?
Hey, I'm gonna spoil this one. And you know the crazy thing is, this has been one of the most, I'll say, difficult years for me, but not like I'm saying like bad, but just difficult because I had to learn how to be a father. Yeah. Right. And then first of all, that's like, people don't understand, like when you go so long, I ain't have kids in my early 20s and none of that. When you go so long, living your life the way you live your life, I have a formula and a system of how I do things in life. So now it's kind of like, now that she here, I gotta incorporate a whole new program of how I move, how I wake up, how I eat, you know what I'm saying, how I go about my day. You know, them times where you think you can just fall asleep when you want to, or go do things when you want to, now that's interrupted. But it's okay because it makes you better and it makes you sharper. But I had to learn how to integrate that. I had to learn. This whole year has been a learning curve for me. You know what I mean? But it's been a beautiful learning curve because now all of these attributes, all of these things that I've learned this past year, man, I'm about to take with me in this next journey in my life, which I feel like God is making the best journey of my life. You know, this is the best chapter of my life coming forward right now.
Absolutely. And I feel like, you know, having kids, like you said, it puts us in a different place. It absolutely will make us grow up if we're not already, which you were. You were very mature, you know, before having but it's bigger than us.
Yes.
We have a whole nother human being that we have to take care of, because when they're that age, they're defenseless. They're helpless, basically. You know, we have to do everything for them. But that's a beautiful blessing right there.
Yeah. Amen to that.
Maybe wait 3 more years and then you have another one. My sister and I are 4 years apart, and it was always like, I felt like that was such a good age space. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you know, we weren't too close, but not too far. And I even said that with my son. If I didn't have another one by the time he was 10, I said, I'm good. I don't want to have kids that are 15, 20 years apart.
Nah, that's too much. Personally, that'd be too much space for me. Like you said, like that, I feel like that 3 to 4 year range, that's pretty, like if you're going to have them, that's pretty solid, right? Because therefore, like the older sibling and then the younger sibling, they kind of like, they're far off, but not too far off. You know what I mean? They can still be kind of relatable with each other. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And when they're far apart, that means you're now going to be raising kids for the next 30 years.
Man.
As soon as that one turns 18, you got a 2-year-old at home.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to raise that one to, you know what I'm saying? So you're raising kids for 20, 30, 40 years, depending on. I ain't doing all that.
Nah, man. And you know what's crazy? I feel like God gave me, I feel like I'm having a child. I had a child at the right time, you know?
Yeah.
And
how old are you, if you don't mind sharing?
I don't like saying my age. No, I do. Because I don't look my age. I'm 36.
Yeah, you don't listen. Let me tell you this. 36 is young.
Yeah.
36 is young, and you don't look it.
Matter of fact, you know, I'm gonna stop that stigma. Like, yes, I'm because I'm
stand on it. Be proud of it.
You know, because all jokes aside, I'm him. You know what I'm saying? I'm him. Like meaning like I'm proud, because you either get older or you die.
Listen,
like you either get older or you die. I don't want to die. I want to live as long as I can to fulfill my purpose, right? And do what I need to do. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I love it. Yeah, yes. So
stand on that.
Come on, I can't wait. I look forward to saying, yeah, now I'm 44. Like one day, like, you know what I'm saying? And this is what I've accomplished. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, I love this. I love that.
As you should, because I tell people all the time, calling someone old is not an insult. That's a flex.
Come on now.
Because a lot of people aren't living to make it to 30 or 40, whether they're in the streets and the streets are taking their life, or they're not healthy and they're dying of heart attacks at 35 years old. Yeah. So it's like, I proudly tell people that I'm in my 50s, and I'm like, I'm cool with that, because there's not a lot of people who live to be my age.
Because you know what? First of all, that's a blessing from God. Yeah. And that means that you also did something right. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Take care of yourself. Like, you know, hey, get in that gym, work out.
Yes.
Eat right. You know, eat as clean as possible, right? Drink that alkaline water, that spring water. Take your herbs, take your sea moss, take your black seed oil. These are things
every day.
These are things that I indulge in.
Me
right?
too.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, it's all about how you doing that stuff. It's all about how you have layers to really take care of yourself. All of these things matter.
They do, because this is our temple. We only get one shot at this. Mm-hmm. That's it. Mm-hmm. Once we check out, there's no checking back in.
Nah, you don't get no. This ain't a hotel. Life is not a hotel.
No, that is facts. I love that. So you've been doing music professionally for about 16 years.
Yes.
What's kept you in it for a decade and a half?
Well, here's the crazy thing. If I go all the way back, I've always been a writer, and I've always had a passion for music, even since I was like 10, 11, 12 years old, right? I always just loved music. But like I said, I always tell people, like, I did music growing up, as far as like, you know, this cast that I grew up with, that, you know, we started from recording in the closet with the sock on the microphone. And rest in peace to my brother O. You know, that I'll never forget them days, man, on 211 Minister Street. You know, if you know, you know. If you was there, you was there, right? You know, and shout out to my brother Caden Sue, rest in peace to him. He was there as well. And I remember them times, you know, ciphering, you know, rapping, or getting in trouble. I got in trouble in class for writing raps. You know what I'm saying? Like, and hiding my work over that, hiding the work over my work over what I was rapping and stuff like that on paper and notebook. But I would say the passion was always there to just write. It was it started off as an expression first, right? That's what it started off, just as an expression. But when I got to about I'm gonna say professionally, my music career didn't start till I got to Atlanta. That's what I'm gonna say, because that's when you know, I didn't even release a real like mixtape and stuff, all that type of stuff until I got to Atlanta, right? I didn't have these things. I didn't, I was just more so finding out things, releasing songs. I had songs even back when MySpace was popping and stuff like that on the music page. I did all of that, you know what I mean? But as far as like on a professional level, that really didn't start till I got to Atlanta, you know what I mean? And it molded me. And it was a beautiful time because it was a time how I transitioned into being a boy to a grown man. Yeah. Right. And Atlanta taught me that. You know, that's why I always say Cincinnati raised me, and then Atlanta made me.
I love that.
You know, because I became I left to Atlanta basically like almost right after high school, right? So when I came to Atlanta, this has just been like second home since then, you know, and I love it here.
Do you think you'll continue living here for the long term?
I feel like I'm gonna always have a residence in Atlanta.
Got you.
Yeah, but do I want to experience other stuff? I think about it, right?
Yeah.
Like sometimes I think about, like, believe it or not, lately I've been thinking about, like, man, it might be cool, like, to live out the country somewhere one day.
That's what type of time I'm on.
Yeah, I'm trying to experience different stuff. My mind is like that, but it's for different reasons. Like I need culture. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, like, my mind I have a very cerebral mind. I have a very outgoing mind, and I like to be a sponge and soak up things, right? So now when I'm doing these things and I'm going places, it gives me a chance to experience how other humans think, how other humans do things, right? And it'll help the overall trajectory of how I approach life, right? And then what that'll help do is inspire my soul, right? And then I don't know what I'm gonna get from that to help other people, right? Because I feel like my thoughts are all of our thoughts are all a replay value of how we're going to it's a memory card, but it's all a replay value how you're going to give to someone else and pour into somebody else, depending on how you do it.
Absolutely, because I see influencers and stuff, a lot of them who end up moving abroad, and they love it. Yeah, they love it, and I don't know, not to get off on a tangent, but
where would you
I knew you was gonna ask me that.
Yeah. Tell me, give me like your top 3 places you wouldn't mind living in.
It's so hard to say because the only place I've traveled outside the United States was Canada, and that was beautiful. Yeah. So that may be on the list. But vicariously living through other people, Australia might be a place because it's so beautiful. I like being outside. Right. And then, my family's from Germany, so maybe somewhere, over there. I don't know exactly, but it's like, I also have family from Czechoslovakia and Poland too. Oh, wow. So I probably want to go somewhere where my roots are from, if that makes sense. But I had an epiphany a couple days ago, and I was like, I need to get out and start traveling more before I can't. Or before I don't feel like it. Like, not saying my health is going to decline, but we don't know really what's going to happen. And it's like, let's be honest, when I turn 80, I may not feel like getting out traveling.
Yeah, you want to travel when you got the energy to
when I can enjoy it.
Yeah, not when, I want to see something. Because then when you get out there, you went there, but did you feel like doing anything while you were there?
Exactly. I'm kind of sort of getting to that point now. I'm like, I don't like being outside. So I'm like, in the next couple of years, I got to make something shake. Yeah. So let's talk about this new single that you're going to be releasing on Valentine's Day called That's That. Yeah. Tell us, a little bit about it as much as you can before it's, it's out there.
Yo, so That's That, man. Listen, what inspired this record, right? It's a record for the females, right? But I wanted to make a record, right? I wanted to make a record that was more so for learning how to, for people to, because I'm trying to put it to, this is what I'm trying to say. I feel like we don't have enough music, personally, where men and women can vibe to together.
I agree. 100%.
And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Like, we don't have enough music where men and women can vibe together.
90s had a lot of that.
90s and the early 2000s. Yeah. Right? And even some of the 2010s, right? So all of these records, I'm like, man, I remember them duet records, or, the records that made me want to call up this girl or do, you know what I'm saying? But all in a fun, I'm having a good time with her, right? I don't, a lot of music today is, I'll say, well, not a lot of music, but I just feel like there's not enough of the music that's like men and women can join together. Because I get it. I know what times we in. I'm aware, right? But everything doesn't have to be man versus women or women versus men, and that's a whole nother conversation, right? But I just feel like God, right? God made men and women to react together, to party together, to vibe together, right? And that's the wave I'm on right now, right? You gonna still get them other records. You still gonna get them introspective records, and you still gonna get them like talking my stuff, talking my ish, right? But in this format that I'm on, I sit back and I'm a person. I observe the climate of things. I'm like, man, and I want to say, I want to say, whose album is really good right now. And I'm not a person who normally like, I don't really like name drop people, but Wale's album is really great.
Okay, I have not listened to it, but I've heard great things.
Yeah, Wale's album is really great because not just because he's like, he has a very blend of how he's talking about being honest and open with his life and everything now, where he's at, but also, man, he got some feel good bangers on there.
Wale's always been dope.
Yeah, he always been dope.
Lotus Flower Bomb.
All of that. Yes, come on. He's always been good at them, like them radio records, right?
Yes.
And he got some nice radio records on there for the women. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like it's not enough of that music. Like, you know what I mean? Like, where is that at?
I agree.
Like, where is it at?
It's almost non-existent right now.
Yeah.
And I feel like people, I would say probably your age bracket and above, get that. Maybe under 30, they didn't really get to experience what we did because they were too young or they weren't born yet.
No.
Please bring that back.
And you know what's crazy? I had an epiphany one day, and I was just like, man, I think God want me to do that.
Yeah, of course he does.
And the reason why I said that is because it's the energy behind the record. And even in the record, I'm not like, it ain't nothing to do with like, it's not sexually exploiting the female, right? It's a feel good record. Kind of like how you just said, Lotus Flower Bomb. It's that type of vibes as far as like how the record is making you feel, right? You might be at a day party, you know what I'm saying? You might be out somewhere riding through traffic or something like that, or you out somewhere and you at a lounge and you got guys feeling it and women singing it at the same time, right? And it's not like one is against the other, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, we vibing together because this is what it is.
Absolutely.
We ain't meant to be, man and women ain't meant to be sitting on the other side of the place, like ice grilling each other, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
that's crazy work to me.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I ain't with all that. You know what I'm saying?
Give me some Nelly and Ashanti kind of vibes. I'm here for it.
Look, the Nelly and Ashanti vibes.
Yes.
Remember Kelly Rowland and Dilemma.
Yes.
Stuff like that. What else? Good records. I remember the like even like the Ja Rule and Ashanti.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of them records back in the day, like them were like soundtracks to my life growing up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like them were like them soundtrack songs to like, you know what I'm saying? Especially when I was a young boy, first going through like puberty and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
You like, these songs made me feel a certain way, but in a healthy way though. Like,
absolutely.
You know what I mean? And it made me feel good, and I just feel like we ain't got enough of that right now, right? There's a room for everything.
Of course.
'Cause I'm a fan of everything. But what I'm saying is, where is that music at? You get what I'm saying? Like, where's that feel good records, right? That make you want to go out and have a good time, right? With the opposite sex. You get what I'm saying?
It's coming February 14th.
That's right.
It's called That's That.
And look, no pun intended, and that's that.
That's that. Absolutely.
For sure.
So you've spoken on finding yourself more as a man.
Yes.
I want to talk about that a little bit. How has that personal growth changed your songwriting and your delivery?
It's been the most vital thing, because as I became a more mature, elevated man, as I became more in tune with God, as I became more in tune with myself, as I, just found ways to create better habits.
Yes.
None of us are perfect.
Of course.
Right? None of us are perfect. And I always say that I'm not perfect. I'm progression. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, every year I try to get better, right? And every day I try to get better. I don't care if it's 0.2% better. You know what I'm saying? I want to get better. And it helped everything, because then it helps the way I approach a song, right? It helps me approach how I put my lines together, what I want to say, and what I need to say. And what I've learned is, as my pen has matured, right? It's not just always about what is hot to say. What's the right line to say?
Right.
Before, like, you know, because anybody that knows, like, I'm a rapidy person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm all about them. I'm all about them bars. I'm all about that flow. I'm all about saying hot lines, triple entendres and all that stuff. But then as I got older and matured, it's still there, but I found the way to make it more lively, like more introspective, more I'm trying to figure out the best words. It just like, I wanted to fit. I wanted to make sense for something that is really going on in someone's life and how you feel, right? Like, the bar has to be a story setup,
yeah.
Right? It has to be a story setup. Like, one of my favorite lines on my song, On Life, right? I said, as the wind blows in my favor, I tally up the sun's payments. I'm a wealthy chance glow creation. And that right there, if you break that down, right, as the wind blows in my favor, meaning I am nature. I mean, I flow with nature. As the wind blows in my favor, I tally up the sun's payments. The sun gives us life. The sun pays me. I am a wealthy chance glow creation. The sun gave me my glow. The sun is how we are created. God made the sun, right? So we need the sun to live.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a wealthy chance glow creation. That means God took a chance on me, right, of this creation. And we all are like that. You know what I'm saying? And then the fundamentals is fire. It get technical when you start lying. She don't want to hear it. She biased. You see what I'm saying? So it's basically saying, like, hold on, what are you saying? What are you saying, Ricky? Well, we need to get back to the basics of ourselves.
Yes.
The fundamentals is fire.
Yes.
The sun gave us the fundamentals. You get what I'm saying? Life, universe. It's on a whole nother deep. When you dissect these lines, these are what I call, these are mature bars.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And now this is different than, you know, I'm just giving like the craziest punchlines and stuff. Like, I can do that all day. That, to me, that's easy. You know what I'm saying? But now I want to give a little bit. I want some stuff that you can rewind and be like, yo, it's digestible, right? I'm gonna say it in a way where you can say it with me. You know what I'm saying? But so it can make it digestible. But you might not catch it right away. And every line is not that I say is not meant for you to catch right away. You know, I'm a big fan of the rewind culture, right? I go back and still listen to lines from Jay-Z's first albums, and you know what I'm saying, from Nas's first albums. You know, some of my favorite artists, T.I., all this stuff. I'm like, I caught that now.
You know, what you just described to me is longevity.
Yes.
You cannot be 40 and still talk about the same stuff you talked about at 20, unless you're still living the 20-year-old life, which is madness to me.
Bingo.
You know, so I don't feel like there's an expiration date. You know, there's some of these youngins out here say, once you get to a certain age, you shouldn't rap anymore. No, you should rap differently because you've matured and you've grown. You're a grown man now. You're not this young man turning into a grown man.
You know, I want to capitalize on that. I got something really introspective to say on that. Like, because when they be saying rap is a young man's game, rap is not a young man's game. Rap is our game.
100%. I agree.
I'm going to say that again. Rap is not a young man's game. Rap is our game. It's for anybody who loves music. I don't care if you 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old. I don't care if you 30 or 40 or 50 years old, right? And rap is young. You know what I'm saying? It just had its 50th anniversary in 2023.
Exactly.
We ain't had a chance to see it grow up yet, right? And that's the beauty. Like, just if you truly, that's why I said it's important finding out who you are, right? And being okay with maturing.
Yes.
Because as you mature, you're going to start to figure out a way to even blend that, like have that introspective way who you are now, right? However you grown mentally, spiritually, whatever, you're going to be able to put that into music. Because if you got talent, your talent ain't going to stop, right? The mind gets better over time. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's not like sports. With sports, you know, father time catches up to the body. You know what I'm saying? And eventually you got to retire or whatever and stuff like that. The mind gets better over time. Like, if I'm 36 now, the 26-year-old can't do nothing with this.
Man.
Look, the 26-year-old me can't do nothing with the 36-year-old me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can literally wrap circles around. If I can have a battle, I'll wrap circles around him, and I write better music than him. I'm not to say that what I wrote back then wasn't good,
right? But
it ain't messing with what I do, how I approach it now.
Absolutely, that was who you were at that age, and a decade can change a lot.
Yeah,
you're a father now. Yeah. That changes a lot.
Yeah.
So it's safe to say that the version of music that you're putting out now represents the best season of your life.
The best season of my life, the best part of my mind, you know, and it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
And, you know, I really can't wait to give people this new side of me, right? And I'm glad I took the time I took this year, learning how to be a father, learning how to be this new version of myself again, right? To really put it all together, because I'm about to give it to the world. Like, it ain't about me. I got a different type of responsibility. This ain't about the money. What camera I need to look at? This ain't about the money. This ain't about the money. This ain't about the fame. It ain't about none of that. That's going to come with the purpose, because you're doing what you're supposed to do to inspire people. But this is about me. This is about me inspiring people. This is about me helping people. This is about me contributing an energy that's going to outlive me. Right? That's what it's about. Contributing an energy that's going to outlive me, because when I die and pass on, guess what? These songs or these interviews are going to outlive me. You get what I'm saying? And I wouldn't even be doing this. I wouldn't even be doing this if I felt like it was about that. Because if it was just about being famous, then I would just go do something that's not even. I would do something that doesn't even align with my morals or integrity just to get views and like me. I would do that if it was about just fame and that, right? Or if it was just about money, I just would have went to school to be a lawyer or a doctor.
100%.
Or some type of biochemist, scientist, because I'm a smart person. So my thing is, like, if it was about money, it would have been that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about that. That just comes with my purpose, because God is giving me the tools I need, right, to help and inspire people, whether it's through music, whether it's contributing energy sonically, right, whether it's talking in these interviews, whether it's engaging with people in real life. Because when I'm not going to be one of them people who come up to me and feel like they can't take a picture or something like that. Man, yes, anybody that stream my music, like my music, I don't care if it's 5, 10 people. I love you, and I respect you, and I appreciate you in a different way, because you don't have to take the time to listen to me, right? The fact that you took the time to click that link, right, and listen to Ricky's music and listen to my message, I got nothing but love for you in a different way, because that means you are also contributing to the community of where I'm trying to take things.
Yes, absolutely. And I feel like a lot of things change as we age too. For example, at my big age, I'm cool with slightly flying under the radar. Mm-hmm. I want to be able to go to the grocery store and not have to worry about everybody knowing who I am.
For sure.
When I was 20 years younger, I would have been like, yeah, let's do it. Let's be outside. Yeah. I want everybody to... At my age now, I'm like, I'm okay with flying slightly under the radar. I feel like that's why I don't go out as much. I don't make it as many as appearances anymore, because I kind of like the peace of mind that I have right now.
It's nothing. Peace of mind is the best thing that we got.
It's priceless.
Like, I love, like to be honest with you, I love like the mornings where, you know, I can wake up, right, and kiss my daughter and you know what I mean, just. And do this out of peace, kiss my daughter and all this stuff like that. Wake up, look, sip my coffee. You know what I'm saying?
That grown man is.
Yeah, take my natural herbs, and then hit the gym, work out. You know, check my emails, get on my business, answer phone calls, whatever I gotta do, and then Man, my creative spark comes the most in the morning. I'm actually a morning writer and a morning recorder. Like I don't know, my brain is just firing. I'm always just very inspired the most when I wake up. You know, I guess because when it get later, now I might still do some things later, but when it get later, I don't know. It's kind of like my time. Like I'm winding down, chilling.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? I'm either laid up, I got my daughter in my arm, or I'm chilling with my family, my people, right? You know, or you know, I'm just on the phone, you know what I'm saying? Like having conversations with my people and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So take the time to connect with your people, you know, because I do want to get into this part right here where social media, you know, I've been learning how to use it in a healthier way, right? And you got to do that. You got to use social media in a healthy way. Like I have a new way that I'm about to approach things, right? So when I post on social media, right, coming into 2026, even further, right?
Yeah.
When I post on social media, this is how it's going to be. I'm going to post on social media. I'm going to give myself a 30-minute limit on social media per day when I post. So that means I'll get on social media for 30 minutes, right? And whatever I see is whatever I see during that time.
Right.
Whatever I don't see, I don't, because I don't have my notifications on.
Me either.
I don't keep.
I
like to live in real time, right? Right? Because you know, so I'll post. So I'll be on social media for 30 minutes, right? Just to kind of tap in and see what's going on in the world with things, right? It's like the news, right?
It is like the news, yeah.
And then I'll post and I'll engage with who I need to engage back with, right? And then after that, off.
Yes.
Because I got other things to worry about. I'm not one of the, I don't like what they call it, doom scrolling. I don't like sitting there like so much time go by.
It's a wasted time.
It's wasted time. You'll look up and be like, man, 2 hours then went by. You know what I'm saying? Like I always tell people all the time, if I was not an artist, right, I would not even have a social media. I'll be one of them people, you just have to see me when you see me.
Nah, for real.
That's just me though. I'm not saying like social media is a great tool, but I just feel like sometimes people are disconnected. They're not in the real world anymore. Like people will say good morning to you online before they say good morning to you in person. Man. That's the slippage.
Or
right?
if they say it at all.
Or if they say it at all. That's why if somebody talk to me in real life, if I'm out somewhere and someone engaged with me in real life, like I engage back with that small conversation. Right. You know why? Because I be like, yo, they're still in tune with reality.
Exactly. Absolutely. And you know, the thing is too, we have to set boundaries for ourselves, and that includes for us and other people. Man. And the boundaries that we have to set for ourselves is meaning that we got to give ourselves some me time. Mm-hmm. We don't feel forced to pick up that phone and constantly check our emails and constantly check our social media. Yeah, it needs to get done because business has to be handled. Yeah. But setting them boundaries to say, you know what, I'm going to take this time first thing in the morning to not look at my phone. Come on. Or throughout the day to not look at my phone.
That's why people got a lot of brain fog.
And then people get impatient though. Like what I deal with is people will DM me and because maybe 2 hours have passed and I haven't responded because I'm doing this. Yeah. They'll come back and be like, hello. I'm like, am I supposed to stop in the middle of Ricky's interview to check my DM to get back to you? Like, bro, have some common sense.
Come on, man.
It's craziness.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you know, there has to be people have to respect people's boundaries in their space, right? And like I said, my notifications is not on.
Me either.
So if you DM me or if you comment and like something, I might not, depending if I'm on social media or not, I might not see that thing for 3 days later.
Right.
I might not see that thing until 8 hours later.
Right.
I purposely turn off my notifications because I don't want to live in that world. I got to be present for real things. You get what I'm saying? Social media for me is a tool. It is not my life. It's a tool. And that's how I use it. And I'm not one of them people that's going to subscribe to that. I subscribe to using it. It's a great tool, right? Great tool. I mean, they wouldn't be able to hear this interview without social media, right? But there's, like you said, there's boundaries and there's balance. You know what I'm saying? I got real life things that I need to focus on. You know what I mean? And all that, here's another thing. I don't have time, respectfully, to sit here and indulge in other people's lives. No, respectfully, I don't care what you had for breakfast today.
No, for real.
Respectfully, I don't care about, like, unless it's people I actually know personally. Right. Yeah, I could tap in with their life, but a bunch of people that I really don't know, like, you don't have my phone number.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I don't see the need to be tapping in all the time. Like I said, when I get on there, right, what I see is what I see. When I'm off, if I don't see it, I don't see it, because I'm not one of them people who's going to be on his phone for 2 hours and then be off his phone and then get back on my phone for another hour. Look, I've done it. I've tested it out, because there was a time where I was like that. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't like what it was doing in my brain.
Man, that's a fact.
I ain't like what it was doing in my thoughts. I ain't like how I'm like, dang, I'm running late on this task. Man, what I'm doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like it. It's like,
makes you anxious.
Yeah, it's like, let's be present. And guess what? When you're doing that, it speeds up time. Did you ever realize back in the day, you know why time moves slower? Where you feel like the summers were longer? Yeah, let's talk about it. You feel like the summers were longer, the days were longer? That's because you were present.
Yes, we were doing something productive versus, like you said, just scrolling down our social media.
Yes, we were present. You know what I'm saying? We were present with our life. You know what I'm saying? Now when you're on social media, you know, you be like, I ain't even realized 2 hours passed. I've been scrolling all this time and stuff like that. And then you'll get caught up in looking at other people. And this is only for if you're trying to do something, right?
Right.
Not for the casual user, but if you're trying to like build a brand or a business, whether it's music, whether it's a brand, whether it's something merchandise, I don't care if you're selling lunch boxes, right? The thing is that when you take all that time looking at other people's content, you forget to create your own content.
Man, that is a fact. And I feel like one of the biggest lessons that social media taught me, especially over this last year, is to leave certain situations and people right where they are. Not everything deserves a response. Oftentimes I would respond, and then it took me down this ugly rabbit hole where it consumed my day. Now I'm having a bad day because some idiot online, I'm going back and forth with them and I don't even know them.
Right.
Now, at the first little glimpse of a red flag, I don't even respond no more.
That's facts.
I don't respond to it.
You don't. And here's the thing with social media, people need to understand though, if I don't know you, I am not obligated to respond to you.
Period.
Just because you have access to me don't mean I have to respond to you. It's like going to and especially as an adult. You know what I'm saying? Especially as an adult. When we were in school or we were kids growing up in around the neighborhood or playing around the apartments or something like that, like I ain't have to be cool with the people on the other side. Just because we live, you get what I'm saying? You got access, you can walk down here and knock on my door, but that don't mean I have to involve myself with you. Same thing with social media, right? I don't have to involve myself with anything I don't want to involve myself with. Yeah, so if I see a message I don't like, I'm not responding. If I see a comment I don't like, I'm not responding. If it doesn't benefit me, I'm not responding. Why would I respond to something that doesn't benefit my time? You know what I mean?
Because think about all the celebrities out there. I bet you could DM Jay-Z a million times. You ain't never going to get a response. You could DM Beyonce. You're never going to get a response. You can look at their comments. There's people be saying negative stuff. They don't respond to that.
No.
We need to, as people on the rise, need to learn to start doing the same thing.
Come on.
I know people be like, man, I got time today. And every now and again, you might have a little time, but you got to learn to use that time for something that's more constructive.
You know what I miss? You're so spot on. You know what I miss is like social media. I feel like social media was in a fairly healthier space before COVID.
Yes.
I think COVID, we're gonna talk about it. Like I think COVID changed a lot of things. Like during COVID, people had more time to we had to be by ourselves.
Yes.
We had to figure out how to live life isolated. And I feel like psychologically, if somebody ran a test on our brain cells right now, they would see how our brain cells were different, right? They would see how it was different before COVID and after COVID.
Yeah. Meaning
like we still ain't recovered. That was 5 years ago and we still ain't recovered, in my personal opinion.
I agree with that.
We back outside, but we still inside.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we back outside, people back outside, but we're still living like we on the inside. This is the reason why. Do people even really network anymore?
No. And let's what I've really noticed is there's a lot of a lack of events and networking events. Like when I first moved to Atlanta in 2013, that's what made me really like enjoy living here, is because there were so many dope events and showcases and mixers and networking events. Where are they at now?
That's the part that made me, I like what you said. That's the part that made me fall in love with Atlanta so much, and just the culture in general and certain things, because I loved going to these events, right? And people were naturally networking and connecting with stuff like that. I mean, I think I came out to one of your events when I met you.
Yes.
Right? And them are the best times. You get what I'm saying? Like, where is that at right now? Like, it's like for me to even come outside now, like I always tell like this, for me to come outside now, especially now that I got a daughter, right? Priorities is different. It's really got to make sense. You're not going to just catch me outside to catch me outside, because there's a lot of other good things that I can do to enjoy myself, right? There's a lot of other things I have to enjoy my time and I got new things that bring me joy. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and that I feel like that energy doesn't exist right now. And I'll tell you something else. One thing that helped me, and this is it's not off topic, but it's just a small thing that I would like to say. It's kind of like, one thing that helped with that is why I'm in another most focused space I've ever been in, is that I haven't even had, and if you know me, you know why this is significant. I haven't had a drink of hard alcohol in almost 3 months. Right? And not to say I was a drunk or anything.
Right.
It's just, because I'm all about health and wellness, right?
It's toxic to your entire body.
It is, but even more to my mind.
Yeah.
And it's the reason why they call it wine and spirits, right? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like everything is good in moderation.
All right.
And I want to be clear, and not to say that I won't have a drink again.
Right.
It's just that right now in this season that I'm on right now, I don't need no distractions, and I don't need nothing. I don't need nothing to give my mind brain fog. I don't need nothing to cause no roadblocks, and because I know me, right? And I know that my spirit is the most vulnerable when I'm heavily intoxicated. And when I'm heavily intoxicated like that, guess what? This divine mission I'm on right now, what I'm trying to do right now, I don't need the enemy or the devil trying to sneak in and throw me off, because that is the candy. He knows your favorite candy, right? I don't need him trying to come in and throw me off while I'm trying to do something that's most important, because I feel like what I'm about to do right now, moving forward, is the most important chapter of my entire life. And I don't have time, because people at war with the surface. I'm at war. I'm at a different war. I don't mean to get all gospel in here, but I know some things right now, and I'm just doing what feels right. And God is telling, I'm not going to shy away. You know what I'm saying? I'm having a spiritual battle right now. That's the real war. That's the real war, is the spiritual battle. And I can't let nothing throw me off. You know what I'm saying? And even if I do have a drink again, it's going to be, I feel like, it's going to be like for certain situations. Yeah. Maybe an event. Special occasion. I'm still contemplating if I'm going to have a drink for New Year's, right? But here's the thing is, I don't even want like hard liquor no more in a straight no more if I do have a drink, right?
Maybe a chaser or some wine.
It's got to be, give me something mixologist. You know what I'm saying? I need something like, but wine, I will tell you this. I love wine. Yeah. At the right amount, all the antioxidants. It's got a lot of health benefits, right? Just, I feel like everything's done in moderation. You know what I'm saying? Everything's, you have to have a moderation of things, right? We don't want to do gluttony. You know what I'm saying? If you know what that means, you know what gluttony is. Yeah. And I don't want to overindulge.
My dad told me my entire life that absolutely what you said, do everything in moderation, because he said even a good thing, too much of a good thing is not good for you. Facts. We can overdo good things. Yeah. I stopped drinking in 2017, and for maybe a year or so after that, I would have a little bit of wine here and there. But since then, I'd say since about 2018, no liquor, no wine. And I feel like the longer you go without it, the less you desire it.
Oh, let me tell you how real that is, because I used to feel like I had to have a drink to party.
Me too.
To have a good time, right? Me too. Now I just enjoy people's energy, right? And And if I, like I said, if I'm feeling like right now, if I feel the urge, I pour up some wine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's it. Wine doesn't do what liquor does to me. I'm at like peaceful ease. I'm relaxing, have a nice glass. You know, I'm a red wine type of person.
Yeah,
you know
I like
what I'm
red wine too.
You know, especially like red wine is good. I feel like red wine is the right wine when you're trying to court your lady. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to court a lady. Red wine that's my beverage of choice.
Absolutely, because I grew up in a household where my dad and my grandfather made their own wine.
Oh, that's
so
beautiful.
I knew what I was drinking.
Wow.
And when I tell you it would knock your socks off,
Yeah.
it was so strong. I'm like, okay, is this borderline moonshine? But it was so good because they would go out and get the fresh fruits, whether it be grapes, raisins. They even made orange wine. They did all different flavors, and
Oh wow.
we would pull it out on the holidays, and so I was young having sips and stuff like that.
That's fire.
And I think because wine, like you said, wine is good for your blood. Even when I was pregnant, the doctor said, if you want to have a glass of wine here and there, it's okay.
Come on.
It's that alcohol, the liquor that is bad for the cells in your body when you overdo it.
It's the hard liquor that be throwing. And you know what I start hating too? I start hating like and everybody that knows me knows I'm big into like health, wellness, and fitness.
Yeah.
So I would hate like if I drank, right? I drank on like a whether it's a Friday or Saturday night. If I had a drink, I would hate how I wake up, and I might not even had a lot, right? But it just make me feel sluggish the next day. And so what I start hating how it's making me feel when it's time for me to hit like my workout gets started out slow. I'm trying to ramp up, right? And I don't like how it's impairing my training, because my physical training, if I gotta choose this over that, man, my physical training comes first.
That's your mental right there too.
Come on, I don't play about keeping being strong and physically, mentally, and war ready physically and mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like I take big pride in that. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of this one vessel that God gave me. That's why it's like I said, it's done in moderation. And I'll say one thing else about that, man. Taking a break. What it helped me do, I'm focused on another level. Remember I said it take a lot to get me outside?
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you what I realized when I stopped like drinking hard liquor right now. I'm no longer tempted to go out to certain places.
Yeah.
Because the reason why I would go out to these certain places, I always ask myself, I think it was back in like September, I went out and I asked myself, and I said, I'm out. I'm at a lounge, and I asked myself, dang. And I just looked around, and I asked myself, it's like something hit me. It's like God hit me or something. Told me like, would I want to be here if I wasn't intoxicated?
Right.
Like, would I care to be here?
Absolutely not.
I care to be here while I'm intoxicated because it feels right. You around what I'm saying?
Music's going.
Everything going. And I'm like I said, I'm not against a good time. I'm just saying right now, for what I'm trying to do, I need to be focused, because this moving forward, I want to give the people I want to give everybody everything I got, and I'm gonna prove it. You know what I'm saying? I want to be the most consistent I ever been in my life with this music, with my journey, with my purpose. I don't want no distractions. You know what I'm saying? And when it's time to come out, it's coming out for purposeful things. Matter of fact, if I going out is A&R, and for me, you know why? Because I'm kind of listening to the BPM and the sounds of what's going on.
Right.
I'm listening to the music, right? So now it's like I treat it as that, right? Or a celebration. But just because it's Friday and Saturday, where we at tonight, where I'm at is I'm producing right now. I'm being productive, and I'm trying to figure out some new, because that's my new fun. That is my new club. And it's not to say I'm not going to go out no more. It's just to say that when I do go out, I got to go out for more purposeful acts. Matter of fact, I want to get to the point where I'm only going out, one, for a celebration because I want to, or two, I'm getting paid to come out.
Exactly. And that's 100%, because when you go out too often, just because, it waters you down.
Yes.
They're like, oh, I don't need to invite Ricky to come out and pay him. He's going to show up anyway.
Facts. And I thought about that.
Yeah, it really waters your brand down. So you have to pick and choose. And as of lately, the only times I'm really coming out is when it's earlier events. Like I just did an event on Saturday when I left here, and it started at 4:00 and was done by 10.
Wow.
I left there at 9:45, like.
I'm glad you said that. You know what I'm enjoying more now? I become as maybe, and I don't know if that's part of being a father too, right? I actually look forward to coming home, like, and being like later at night and being around my family and stuff like that.
Man, yeah.
Like I'm actually enjoying the daytime activities more than I used to be. Everybody know me. I was a night owl. I'm out till 5, 6 in the morning.
I was too.
And sometimes being in this business still might require that, because I get it, right? But when it's gonna be, when I'm out like that, it's gonna be for those type of reasons mostly, right? And you might have a celebration every now and then. You know, I might be with my partners and we might be out 4 or 5 in the morning, right? And just like I want to say some weeks ago, shout out to my homie King Loso. So because some weeks ago I remember we was up to like 3, 4 in the morning, right? But guess what we were up to 3 and 4 in the morning doing? We were up to 3, 4 in the morning being productive, talking about life and talking about the content that we're going to produce. Like right now, he's working on his podcast, Tribe Talk, right? Which is going to be a beautiful community. Make sure y'all check out for that in 2026. And that right there, he's showing me his equipment that he got. And we had these long conversations about, man, this is how we got to do things right now. And that's like the new fun now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my new club. My new club is being productive on how we're going to do things. You know what I'm saying? And how I'm gonna produce stuff, because like I said, I just want to overflow. This year I want to give people all of me, whether it's songs, right? Yes, and I'm gonna be dropping freestyles, bombing on beats. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, showing the separation on how lyrically I'm him in a different way, but also giving you great songs, giving you great feel-good records, giving you life records, giving you introspective records, giving you them records like I talk about, like that's going to be for the ladies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Make them feel good. You know what I mean? Like, but it's like I said, it's not in a sexual exploitive way, right? But the song is going to make you smile. The song going to make you think. You know what I'm saying? The song going to make you, feel good about what's good to be felt the good about. So
absolutely. I know you're going to have a fire visual for it too.
Of course. and not just a fire music video, because that is in the works, but also just fire content around it.
Yeah.
Right.
We got to get you back for another performance.
Come on, let's get it. Because it's that time.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's that time, because all of these things are starting to make sense. Like, I swear my spirit is clicking on all cylinders right now. And I'm just glad that God, I just want to take the time to say I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to even be sitting here and talking with you. And,
yeah, likewise.
And being able to do this gift that God gave me, being able to be a vessel to help inspire people, being a vessel to I don't just do whatever is called of me. You know what I'm saying? Because I've came a long way. You know what I'm saying? I did mature very fast, but I know me, and I've made a lot of mistakes that I'm not proud of. And it was when I was in lost times in my life, and now I found myself in a different way. And that's why I want you to know, whatever you think you're going through and you think it's the end of the world, I promise you I've been there. I promise you I've been there. Whatever you think you're going through and you feel like, man, this is the end of the world, I give up. It's always, if you got faith, right? If you got faith in yourself and faith in God, and you give it to God, then there's no telling what can be done. There's no telling what can be done. I never looked like what I go through. My mama raised me like that. She said, man, I never look like what you go through. Be solid. You feel me? Like, I never look like what I go through. You know what I mean? It's like I've learned how to master it, but the pain and all the things I had to go through, not just on a surface level, but on a mental level. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Overcoming these things, like questioning, well, what is life? What am I supposed to do with the time I got here? Because life is more than just about, partying and turning up and doing all these things and and trying to get likes and views and stuff like that. Yeah, get your money, monetize, do your business. You know what I'm saying? Do that. But at the same time, it's like, I need to monetize my gift. I need to monetize my heart. That's what I need to do. That's a bar.
That's a bar right there.
Yeah.
You need to have a song with that in there for sure.
Hey, for sure. Y'all heard it here first on Tampa Mystic. I need to monetize my heart.
Absolutely. So anybody who wants to follow your journey coming into the new year, what's the best place for them to keep up with you?
Man, go to my IG, Rique Divine, RIQUE, Divine, DIVINE. And you can do the same thing for my YouTube. It's the same thing, Rique Divine. You can find me there. And I'm not, what they call it, I'm not really on, what is it, X now?
Yeah,
you know what I'm
me neither. I love Twitter.
Yeah, I miss Twitter.
I connected with some of the absolute best people on Twitter.
Facts.
It was much easier than trying to connect with people on like TikTok and Instagram.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I feel you on that. Oh, and you can also, if you're going to reach out, my information is in there, but you can reach out to book Rique for life at gmail.com. That's the email that my management handles. And for anything, inquiries, business. So that's book Rique for life at gmail.com. BOOK 4 life at gmail.com.
I appreciate you being here today for us to catch up. I had to invite you back. And honestly, it's very rare that I invite people to be on the show, because I typically like people to do it in their time when they're ready to be here. Yeah. But then there's certain people I'm like, okay, they need to be here. Like you, we always have such a beautiful conversation that the world needs to hear.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Like I said, I appreciate the invitation, and you know what it is? I'm learning what I'm gonna start doing. You know, people always tell me, man, you need to talk more. Maybe
you need your own podcast.
I know. You know what's crazy? And I've been floating around that idea, but then sometime, and you know, of course, people tell me, you overthinking, right? You know what I'm saying? Like
I get that too.
I'll say like, because I don't mind talking. It's just that I guess I'm at a point I think I'm gonna be honest. I wanted my music to be at a point first before I start talking so much on the podcast, because I didn't want the podcast stuff to overshadow. Not to say that it will. I'm telling you how my mind was thinking.
But it could though
overshadow my music. Yeah. But then I'm like, let me find a way to have my talking enhance my music, because guess what? You know, sometimes I sit back and watch because it's how you deliver it, right? Like I might go and watch everybody that know me know Nipsey Hussle is one of my favorite artists. Yeah. Right. And I'll listen to his interviews, and his interviews make me want to listen to his music more. Yeah. You know, it's quite a few artists like that, right? There where I'll listen to their interviews and it make me, or listen to them just talk. Yeah. Right. And it make me want to listen to their music more. So, you know, I've just got to be myself and own that truth, because here's another thing. I feel like if I don't do it, I'm gonna get in trouble, because God, like, man, didn't I tell you,
when he calls you to do something, you have to be obedient to it.
Share your mind with the world.
I think what you should do, just to throw it out there,
yeah, for sure,
have episodes based around your songs. Whatever this song is about, create an episode, so it kind of still is, like you said, it's not going to overshadow your music, because they're working hand in hand together. So that's that. You could have an episode called That's That.
Fire. No, I appreciate that. You know why I appreciate that? So hold on. Let me tell you how the universe works again. So I was just talking with my team about the style of content, like different type of styles of content I want to do right in 2026 and moving forward. I was like, man, one of the things I want to do is start making short clips, right? Like short clips, like rail clips, 30, 60-second clips, where someone's maybe even just talking to me, asking me, so what inspired That's That? Or what inspired this record? What inspired No Floss? What inspired On Life? You get what I'm saying? Like what inspired thoughts, these records that I have? And I kind of go into an introspective, like, because these records are not just songs that I just throw out there. There's a reason why I wrote these records. I do everything with a purpose. It ain't just it just sounded good and I want to put out there. No. I'm really even my catchy records. There's a message I'm sprinkling in it. If you pay attention closely, there's a message that I'm sprinkling even in like the vibe feel good records. It's a you know if you know you know.
If you know, you know. Well, off camera, I'm going to tell you about something that I've been thinking about doing, and maybe you could be the first person I do it with. Okay. I don't want to announce it on camera because I haven't announced it publicly.
That's all good. That's how you do it.
Absolutely. Yeah. But I appreciate you being here today.
Blessings, peace and blessings.
Absolutely.
I appreciate being here.
100%. We out of here, y'all.
Yeah, love.